Okay, so I gotta make this quick because I'm literally out the door here in just a few minutes. I've been like in and out the house so much lately that like I need to calm down. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to be focusing on Venus entering into the sign of Aquarius here on December the 7th and kind of what to expect, what to look forward to, what's going on, what is the actual, you know what I mean? So we have a lot of very unconventional, a lot of freedom going on right now, a lot of independence. This is the energy, like I said, that you want to tap into as Venus led up until this point or this period and entered into Aquarius. Now, we also have Neptune, which has been in Pisces retrograde, moving direct, but we're going to talk about that for another time. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into some of the messages. Again, we're just going to make this quick because obviously it's the holidays. We've got a lot going on in regards to just a lot happening and a lot of changes that are going on. Again, this is a very unconventional time, very experimental and very non-traditional as well in regards to relationships, connections, people that you're sort of, just having a time with, things like that. So we do have the Nine of Cups card here, very beautiful. The Nine of Cups does represent wish fulfillment, feeling really good, feeling really inspired, feeling really creative, especially around this time because creativity does soar, especially around this time, and we're applying a lot of that creativity in our real day-to-day life and things of that nature. Now we also have the Devil card here. This is an interesting Devil card. We did just get out of a lot of this Capricornian sort of transits that were going on, making significant changes in order to kind of redirect the energy or the focus moving forward. Now, the Devil can also represent obsession in a sense. It can represent like a feeling of being really sort of drawn to something. And that energy is especially coming up because not only is Venus entering into Aquarius, but throughout the week as well, we will have Venus making a conjunction to Pluto, which is also in Aquarius. So Venus is now in Aquarius, and we have Pluto, which has already been in Aquarius direct, making a conjunction, which brings a lot of this very protective energy. It's very intense and it's a very private energy as well in regards to our taste and our affections with our money, our pleasure, things of that nature. And there's just like a lot of intense feelings and like deeper wants, which is very much what this Capricornian energy sort of brings. And obviously, I mean, we do have a Capricorn new moon coming up at the end of the month. So there's a lot of this energy that's sort of being drawn or drawing you towards like this new beginning. It's kind of giving you the opportunity to just kind of like get in the driver's seat and like go for whatever changes that you're looking at for the long term, because keep in mind we are in Sagittarius season, and regardless of the fact that Mercury is retrograde in Sagittarius while the sun's in Sagittarius, excuse me, you guys, Mercury is just going to be retrograde until the 15th. Now, we do have Mars, which is now retrograde as well, which is like a completely different topic, but Mercury is going to be retrograde in Sagittarius until the 15th, and then it's going to go direct. And so there's still a lot of this kind of like going back to the drawing board, like figuring things out in regards to like relationships, connections, things along those lines. Two of Swords card here. You definitely don't want to be in a space where you're like not really sure. You kind of want to be more in a space of like being honest with yourself and being truthful. So we're definitely looking to grow and change and intensify our relationships, especially in particular with Mercury still going retrograde. Again, there's a lot of this sort of revising, figuring things out, just allowing yourself to be honest and real with yourself and your connections and your relationships. We do have the Six of Coins card here. So as you can tell, there's these two people that are standing here, and this person's kind of being given like these coins or whatever, like they're being kind of helped out here, but this person's being breadcrumbed. So like you don't want to be this person, obviously. Six of Coins has a lot to do with balancing things out and like being in a state of balance, being in a state of like mutual reception or connection with the people that you connect with, kind of having more of a amplified understanding and a bit of more compassion, especially around this time when it comes to like understanding your relationships and your connections. I definitely do feel that there's been a lot of clarity, especially around this time, because Mercury retrograde is kind of helping you to see a lot of things that have kind of played out from the past, because Mercury retrogrades or Mars retrograde, whatever, have a lot to do with like revising plans and like understanding truly like where things have kind of gone wrong and where things have kind of played out in a specific way when it comes to like the things that people do or the actions that people take in regards to kind of like either play you or make things seem one way or kind of like create or write this narrative, but really it's because like these other things were being trying to be put into place and things like that. And the more that you can kind of be, you know, real about whatever circumstances that you may have dealt with at one point or another in regards to relationships and connections like that, rather this have been with like a partner or relationship or something that had happened in your life in some way, shape, or form, remember what it took for you to get here, because a lot of that is going to move forward in a new way. It's going to help you to kind of see, you know, whatever it was that taught you. That's what Venus and Aquarius is really all about, because Aquarius energy is so quirky and it's so like, again, unconventional. It does its own thing. It's on its own terms. So a lot of this energy is really about like what has led you here. Granted, like you learned from it, but at the same time, like, do you want to continue, you know, living a day-to-day life like that in relationships with people like that? Of course not. You know what I mean? Like, of course you don't want to. So we do have the Page of Pentacles. This is the start of something new. This is kind of turning the page on something as well. Now with Neptune going direct as well in Pisces, also keep in mind that a lot of what I just said as well, we will begin to face some illusions. Again, creativity does soar, and there's like this very epic kind of connection with like the goals, the dreams, the aspirations that you want for yourself in the real world and like what you're doing in order to get there. But at the same time, you know, this is a time to redirect your focus and come to terms with some things where there have been some level of illusions. But the more that you can come into a space of like accepting things and into a space of reality with that concept of thinking, then the better that you're going to be in regards to like moving on. Yeah, we do have the Eight of Cups card here, which is about releasing and letting go. Now, with a lot of this retrograde energy, don't be surprised if like somebody from the past is trying to come back. There may be still some revising of that. I mean, I don't really condone that, you know what I mean? We do have the Ten of Swords card here. The tens do represent endings and things of that nature. You may be coming across people that have kind of like reached a limit on some level, because we do have the World card here with the Devil and the Ten of Swords. Now, the World is a completion of a cycle and things like that. So right around this time, and especially throughout this week as well, I'm going to be honest, there could be some culminations or unexpected changes that are happening in regards to projects or goals that might occur. Now we do have the King of Wands card here, which has a lot to do with confidence and kind of materializing things in a certain way. Six of Cups card here. I definitely do feel like, you know, it's just really important to, one, be honest with yourself, connect with the kinds of people or situations that are inspiring you in some way, shape, or form, are bringing the best out of you. You can just kind of feel it when you know, like, you know, you're just not willing to put up with the BS throughout this season. And also too, it's okay to revise, especially around this time, and make changes, because the more that you can get into a space where you feel more connected with like what's making you feel good. Obviously, with a lot of the Pluto and Venus conjunction, both in Aquarius, happening throughout the week, this very protective and very intense energy is definitely helping you to kind of, Four of Cups, very private, yet there's an offer that's coming in here. Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So you can see like this person's like meditating here. There's these three cups. Like he's not really focused on these three cups. He knows that there's something better. Granted, this is like in the ethereal planes. This is like in a place that doesn't necessarily exist. These three cups exist, but he's like, okay, I have these three cups, but I want this. I want something more. I want something that makes me feel that is connected with my highest and greatest good, and that is bringing me some kind of level of like, one, growth for sure, with like something that brings me happiness. Not necessarily me. When I say me, I mean like you too, obviously. Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is a lot of clarity, a lot of honesty, a lot of respect, a lot of loyalty as well in regards to like yourself and what is bringing you happiness. It's not necessarily about other people, but when you know that you have the right people with you or around you in some way, shape, or form, then, you know, you're good. Whatever your way of doing things is, just keep in mind that as well, like, this time could very well be like a time of, like, things that happen, one, are very memorable, whether good or bad, and two, you have to kind of make choices that are best for you based on the kinds of relational aspects, situational things that you have in your life in a certain way. You don't want to be in a situationship, right? We do have the, what is this? Page of Swords. So this is news or information. There could be some news or information that is coming in. Wow, all this, okay, so we have a lot of swords that have been coming out here. We have the Star, we have the Hierophant, Knight of Swords, okay, Eight of Wands, Chariot, Cancer energy. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and take these. This is very honest, very blunt, very real, very like just King of Swords does not play. For one, he will use that sword to chop your head off if you come at him sideways or if you hurt somebody that he cares about. We do have the Star card here, which does represent wish fulfillment. So there could definitely be a lot, especially around this time where there's a lot of inspiration, but at the same time, like there's a purpose for that. Like you want something more. You're moving towards something more. Now, a lot of this is definitely going to be amplified throughout the week as well, because we have some very intense astrology that's also coming up, which I probably will talk about maybe, I don't know, like maybe after the fact. Maybe I'll just kind of take a little bit of a break for a moment because I do have a lot trying to wrap up this end of the year. But you definitely don't want to focus on things that are all over the place in a certain way, you know what I mean? Like if they're kind of disruptive or whatever, it's like you could really give up right around this time. Knight of Swords. Don't be surprised if there is some very expressive energy that could also be coming around, because we have all of this retrograde energy that is somehow trying to get your attention in some way, shape, or form. And then we do have the Eight of Wands, which is also known as the arrows of love, passion, igniting like a flame or a fire within yourself, or something that you're wanting, that you're having to put a lot of time and attention into. Now we do have the Chariot, which I'm going to take as the last card, which is Cancer energy. We will have a new moon in Capricorn, and then we'll have a full moon in Cancer in January because of the access of Capricorn and Cancer. Yeah, with a Mars retrograde until the end of February. So that's going to be fun. So just keep moving forward. The Chariot is all about being in the driver's seat of your life. It's all about asserting yourself. It's all about also initiating things, especially as a cardinal sign, cardinal energy. Cardinal energies are always about like the initiators or the people that start something new, sort of like very grand and like very boisterous